Hello everyone. Today we will continue with our chapter 3, Day in Adam and Eve's life. And here we go. So, author continue by telling us that the ancient men have had very wider and deeper knowledge of his surroundings, and it is very necessary for his survival. And he know every animal and every place of jungle where he live, because it is essential for his survival. And he is comparing by that time man by today's man, that today if we talk about an individual man who is working in a corporate, he may not know while have wider knowledge of his surroundings, because he only know about his company and his work, and his knowledge is lesser than the ancient man. And but he is also saying that the collective knowledge of today's masses is wider, is very vast than ancient people. But at an individual level, ancient man knowledge was more. Then author is telling that the survival for that era man was very difficult as compared to today era. And he's saying that but because of the toughness to survive, that man, ancient man, was very alert and very fit, and very active, as compared to today's man, because uh, he need to stay alert for his survival. His senses and uh, his fitness is very effective and uh, very agile. He is also saying that our brain size is decreased by the time of when agriculture and industrialization come. Then author is talking about the lifestyle of the early men, that they had not many things to do at that time. They just roam in the forest and collect food, and sometimes hunt, and then came back to their camps. And he is also comparing that lifestyle. He's saying that that lifestyle is more comfortable and more tension free and anxiety free, that old ancient man lifestyle. But he's saying that today we are uh, if we are work in a corporate, like if we also own our own business, we had to work for in a week we work for 80 70 to 80 hours. But at that time ancient men work only 30 to 40 hours in a week. So he's saying that that lifestyle was quite comfortable and easy. But he's also saying that today, in today's world, the the risk is that we in today's world, like if we go outside, we may like go, got an accident, or we may die in a road accident. And also we are inhaling tons of pollution uh, every time when we move outside our home. So he's saying that that type of risk is not there in ancient time. They just have risk like they may bite by a snake, or they may caught by a tiger. So these types of risk were there, and he's comparing that risk is minor than today's risk. Then he comparing the diet of the forager, and they are saying that that time ancient men have enough diet, and they are much taller and healthier as compared to today's men. He's saying that their secret of not die by malnutrition or starvation is because they had variety of diet, like they eat meat, and also they had variety of fruits and other things to eat. And he's saying that that diet was good as compared to today's diet. Like today we are eating not nutrition diet, and they are protected from starvation and malnutrition. Then he compared some food items of after the agriculture revolution and before the agriculture revolution of the forager. He's saying that foragers who used to roam and hunt in jungle, they had a variety of diet. Like in breakfast, they may eating fruits and nuts not nuts, but fruits, different types of fruits. And in lunch, they may eat steak of or meat, and in dinner they may eat a rabbit. And these types and after tomorrow they may have a different kind of menu. So these type of variety of foods fulfill their necessity of nutrients. But after agriculture evolution, the dependency of human mostly on the one type of crop, that is wheat or maybe rice. He's saying that after agricultural evolution, like also in today's world also, like industrial after industrial evolution also, we are eating rice and like wheat, and some of us are maybe vegetarian. So he's saying that diet is not a balanced diet, and it is causing malnutrition and deficiency of vitamins, obviously. And then he is telling that because of the dependency of after the agriculture revolution, because of the dependency of the man on only one source of food, and it causes more famine and other malnutrition problems in modern man as compared to ancient men. They had not like worry about the only one type of food. If they may like in a deficiency of one kind of food, they may search another sources of food, and may shift their home or shift their places to another type of area. Then he's saying that foragers were less affected by the popular contaminous like diseases, for example chickenpox and other types of modern diseases. He's saying that these diseases arises by the domestication of animals, and it has proliferated after the agriculture and industrial revolution. He's saying that today's man and after agriculture revolution, man were mostly living in the unhygienic places, and they are more have more chances of affe- got infection of these types of diseases. But foragers were uh, less have chances of getting affected by the diseases, and also their immune system is much stronger than today's man. Then he's saying that time also there was evil in their heads, that they had a belief system that to sacrifice babies, and also the child mortality rate was very high at that time, and some minor in accident may cause to death, and because of lack of proper medicine, or because the medical science was not that much uh, that much advanced that time. So he's then saying also they used to kill the old people of their band and of their tribes when they become like liability on their band. When in a old age they used to kill them, their old peoples. And also if any child uh, have birth with a disability, and other maybe with one eye he they were not likely to be survived. They were killed by their parents or other tribe members. Then he talk about the Achi people who were still live in the 1960s in the Paraguay jungles. They shows a dark side of foraging people. They say that if a valuable person of a tribe died, they used to kill a small girl and buried him with his body. These types of ritual they followed. Also, they kill the if someone if any woman may like sick and can't bear with the group, they abandon her and left her for die. And they used to do like these types of things. And also they kill the babies if they had not like developed properly while birth. And also if babies were born without hair, they kill them. And also they kill any any baby that cry too much, they kill him. So these types of unhuman things were practiced by these people. Then author is telling that but they are also very generous with their few possessions and were not obsessed with success or wealth. And they value good social interactions and high quality friendships. An author is saying that like in today's society, like many uh, couples make abortion of their babies. Like if they don't want a baby, they do abortion of it. And also if many cases in Haryana, we see that they killed girl child in the womb of the mother. So he's saying that these types of cases like he's comparing it by the foragers. And he was also saying that the truth is the foragers, like every human society, was very complex. We should be aware of demonizing or idealizing it on the basis of superficial acquaintance. The Achi people were neither angels nor nor fiends. They were humans, so too were the ancient hunter-gatherers. Then author talks about the religious beliefs of foragers. He say that they believe in animism. Animism is the belief system in which people believe that every material and living and non-living things in this world contain spirits. So they believe that rivers are also having spirit, fire also has spirit, and also every substance in this world has spirits. So they believe in animism. Then author say that like foragers have believing in animism, which is the like believe that there is no barrier between human and other beings. They can all communicate directly through speech, song, dance, and ceremony. A hunter may address a herd of deer and ask that one of them sacrifice itself. If the hunt succeeds, the hunter may ask the dead animal to forgive him. When someone falls sick, a shaman can contact the spirit that caused the sickness and try to pacify it or scare it away. So these types of beliefs they have. And but he said that after pre-agriculture means if agriculture is like 10,000 year ago, so 11,000 year ago there was like people who believe in hierarchical gods. Like they believe that there is a god who made us and he is greater than our human species, and he is greater than all of us. So these types of beliefs started in before just before the agriculture revolution. He's saying that the like when agriculture revolution started, the they people of that time, homo sapiens of that time, started acquiring places. They now settled down and they started acquiring places, and they don't want foragers to enter in their places, so they started acquiring land. So at that time these types of acquisitions and saying that this is my land started happening after agriculture revolution. Before that, foragers have no register any land or buy on their name. They just roam here and there, hunt and gather food. But after agriculture, these types of things starting happening. Then he tell us about the discovery. He said in Sangir, Russia, archaeologists discovered in 1955 a 30,000 year old burial site belonging to a mammoth hunting culture. In one grave, they found the skeleton of a 50-year-old man covered with strings of mammoth ivory containing about 3,000 beards in total. On the dead man's head was a hat decorated with fox teeth, and on his wrist 25 ivory bracelets. Other graves from the same site contain far fewer goods. Scholars deduced that the Sangir mammoth hunter lived in a hierarchical society, and that the dead man was perhaps the leader of the band, or an entire tribe comprises several bands. It is unlikely that a few dozen members of a single band could have produced so many grave goods by themselves. So he's saying that time some tribes and some foragers live in a hierarchical society like chimpanzee group, and some are uh, live peacefully and lavishly, and not in in a freedom they live, and not in a hierarchical system. And also they find a amazing discovery. They find that a boy aged about 12 or 13 and the other girl of about 9 or 10. The boy was covered with 5,000 ivory beads. He wore a fox tooth hat and a belt with 250 fox teeth. At least 60 foxes had to have their teeth pulled to get that many. The girl was adorned with 5,250 ivory beads. Both children were surrounded by statues and various ivory objects. Then he's saying that these types of ivory crafts may take 3 years to manufacture. So he's saying that maybe these children are of the leaders of the tribes, or maybe they follow some customs. Then he telling us about the wars of the ancient man. He's saying that in some scholars believe that the ancient foragers were like peaceful and don't want don't do wars, and they were just busy in their collecting food and other requirements of daily needs. But some believe that they were like very cruel and violent, and some believe that the violence and cruelty begins after the agriculture revolution, when people are uh, likely to uh, setting the private properties and uh, uh, gathering possessions. Only then war started. But these are the like theories, and they made theories on the basis of the uh, the findings they get. So archaeologists find 110 burials of a man in a particular place that was around 30,000 years ago old, and they are making theories that maybe they were the died because of the wars or because of some natural calamity. So they find 110 burials, man's skeleton in a row or in a same place nearby, like buried. They also find some burials in uh, Israel and Portugal, where they find 400 skeletons that in like many skeletons they find that their skulls were beaten with a hard object, and they are making theories that maybe they are the war uh, they are died because of violence in war. And then he is telling us some figures that in 20th century, uh, 4.5% of deaths in was due to the wars. And also he is comparing that time that maybe the wars were also like a culture in that time. Also in Danube Valley and Al Jabal Sahaba in Sudan, they find a 12,000-year-old cemetery containing 59 skeletons. And also they find arrowheads and spear points were found embedded in their lying near in the bones of 24 skeletons. 40% of the find, the skeletons of one old woman revealed 20 injuries. Also in Bavaria, archaeologists discovered the remains of 38 foragers, mainly women and children, who had been thrown into the burial pits. Half the skeleton, including those of the children and babies, bore clear signs of damage by human weapons such as clubs and knives. The few skeletons belonging to the mature males bore the worst marks of violence. In all probability, an entire forager band was massacred at Offnet, name of a place. So in some area of world, they find skeletons that are like not have any violent marks on their skeleton, and in some parts of the world they find skeletons which contain the violent marks. So I completed this chapter, and tomorrow we will read the next chapter named The Flood. So thank you.